Misty on Woods. And
Guys.
what was your name today?
It's also Janita Faye. Thank you very much. I left the house feeling like I looked pretty cute. You know, I got my new
She
shoes.
does look cute.
They're kids and they've got flowers, and then I had like cork earrings that have paint splatter, and then my new jeans, they're wide leg. They're telling me it's cool, so I'm thinking, well, Marin would wear it, it must be. So
That's true.
And you know, there's a tie, and then I thought, oh crap, I look like Janita Faye York. Beauty of DIY paint, guys. It's a clay-based paint. It sticks to anything, and there really isn't prep work other than just cleaning your piece, making sure there's no dust and particles, making sure that whoever varnished that sucker with some heavy varnish, hello, enter Janita once again. We got to get that off, make sure that's gone, but it will stick to anything. I've painted glass, I've painted metal. So the beauty of DIY paint is that there isn't a whole lot of prep work involved, guys. There's not a lot of priming. There is 6 times the amount of pigment in Anita's shoes. So thanks for letting me be here.
Yes. Did you say I don't have to sand at all?
No.
Y'all, did you hear that? All of you that want to refinish furniture and you don't have to sand. No sanding, no sandpaper, no mess.
You know what the worst part of sanding is? When the dust particles like get stuck in your nose hairs.
Yes.
Right?
In your
In the
nose,
hairs.
in your
and
eyes.
you're running around talking to people, and it's like nose hair, and then like my arms are kind of hairy, and so like there's a coating of the sanding, and I just don't think about it. So the fact that I can leave the door down, or I don't have to, you know, it can be 30 degrees outside and I can still paint, that's a really big bonus for me.
I have another bonus that I just thought of.
Okay.
So, because I'm a craft lover and I don't like to be uncomfortable while I do that, and so I will drag my piece out into the middle of the living room. This doesn't smell. Like there's no smell at all. I have been known to spray paint in my living room. I have been, another thing I love about this.
Yeah, there's no VOCs. So basically the only smell that you're gonna get from this if you shove your nose in it, which yes I've done because I wanna prove a point, you're gonna get almost like a dirt smell from the clay and the chalk base. So but we're gonna get started with painting, guys.
We're gonna figure this out. Hang tight, we'll start painting. They're gonna work on the connection and then we'll revamp.
So some of the colors, Tabitha, we're gonna work on today, what we're gonna use. Some of my favorites for you guys, which if you guys have any idea, I always use Bohemian Blue. Better. Oh, perfect. I'm not giving you a recipe. I'm just gonna boss you.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So the first thing I want you to do is grab your Paint Pixie brush, which these are mine. I brought them from home. So I think what we're gonna do is, now do we wanna take the hardware off?
Would it be okay for us to paint it?
I do.
I would love to paint it.
Okay, all right. So, and I am gonna paint with you, I'm just totally
Perfect.
teasing. So I think is that the top would be Bohemian Blue,
Okay.
and then the colors will gradually mix with one another as we work down. So by the time we're down here, we're gonna have the sandy blonde color on this, and we're just gonna kind of play with it. We're gonna just kind of mix and play.
Okay.
I don't want it to be like too bow, weird, crazy, or anything like that, but you know I've got that boho vibe.
I love it.
Like Janita.
Love it, love it.
Okay, so let's open up our Bohemian Blue. And then we'll kind of move to the top too. But we're going to really show how to blend here.
Okay.
The main thing you're going to need also is a water bottle, because what the water does is it actually encourages the two colors, like the clay, to mold and to mesh with one another, to where you've actually created a third color right in the middle of your two. So I've got Bohemian Blue and Farm Fresh, and then they'll mix and create a new color. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so you're just going to start, you're just going to start here in the front, and then we'll do.
Seriously, it could be one coat and
I wish I could take credit for it.
one coat and done.
Yep.
So go ahead and go down.
Yeah, you're just go all the way down, and then at the very bottom here, I think we're going to take this color and overlap it a little bit.
Okay. So we're just going to go right over. There's hardware right here. If you can't see it, we're just going to go right over that.
It's just it's original and it's brass, which is fine. It's just that it's kind of, well, it's just kind of boring. We were going to talk about the top of this piece has some water damage on it, like some actually do what? You said that you thought about having your,
The trim shop. So we have a trim shop here at Reclaim Warehouse called The Mill. And I was gonna have them, out of some old wood, just kind of make a new top, and we're gonna inset it on the top of this existing top, since it is a little damaged in the corner. But I don't know. I mean, if we just glued that little piece down and painted right over it, I might like it just as well too, because it has kind of that character in the crack, which I actually love.
I love the character in the cracks.
That could be.
I know, I was
That
like,
that
just-
could be a thing.
And if you guys have any questions, I can't see them. So FYI, that's why I'm not answering if you're saying hello. I cannot read that far.
Looks like our connection's doing better. So.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Great.
Thanks for hanging in there with us and being patient, you guys.
The Reclaim Warehouse is we are the distributor for Magnolia Home Furnishings. So all of their furniture, accessories, pillows, rugs, we are the distributor for that brand. And you can also go to their website, magnoliahomefurnishings.com, and you can shop their website, and anything that you see that you are interested in there.
Sit on.
So anything that you can sit your hiney on
Got it.
is 20% off.
Hey Tabitha and
Yes.
Dion. We have people just now joining that are curious about the paint that we're using.
Oh,
So if you want to talk about that again.
Miss Turquoise Iris will tell
So
you.
the paint that we're using is DIY paint. It's from Debbie's Design Diary, and it's a clay base. So it's a clay and chalk mix. It's no VOCs. It's all natural. The coverage is incredible, but it's actually what we retail here at the store. So if you're familiar with Reclaim Warehouse, but not the paint, next time you're in, come on by. The paint is right when you walk in. You have
I think my favorite thing about this is you can do a project quickly. This isn't a, I'm gonna spend a month long. I mean, I guess you could if you wanted to, but I'm kind of like, and I think that's probably my favorite thing about this. Taking that prep work out makes this
It's definitely-
so fast.
Yes, it definitely, you don't have to clear a whole weekend just to paint a table.
Yes.
Absolutely. There are times where we can get a table like this probably done in less than 2 hours. Now you want to wait 24 hours and then come back and add the wax, which you do want to seal this because it has a chalky clay finish. You definitely want to put a sealer on it. We have Bohemian Blue and putting a black wax over it.
Ooh, yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
bet.
really good. It's really good. Looking good, sis. Okay, let's move to the top.
Okay. What do we want to do up here?
I think we need to just coat the whole thing with Bohemian Blue.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna highlight here in the center with some of my sandy blonde. I promise it'll be good, you'll see. And I'm gonna help you so you don't There is definitely a difference. There's no peeling involved. Like with the latex, you have a peeling, and frankly, I want to do something that's better for my health and inside my house and for the environment as well. I don't want to worry about fumes. I don't want to worry about any kind of toxic products that I'm putting in my home, and I certainly don't want to do that for my customers either.
We also get a lot of questions about how much paint do people need? Like, cause the jars they seem
Right.
really small. So like, how well does it cover? Like, people need enough to like do second coats
Perfect. Yeah, and what you'll find is that the coverage is so significant. Like you can see that Tabitha and I have just covered this piece. We have only used, pretty sure I got paint in my hair, love that. We've only used this amount right here on this little jar, and we've done the top and the leg, the front leg, which is the chunky part. Okay, so
Okay.
this is clearly enough to do 2 of these side tables just like this without needing anything else. I use the samples. People will say, why do you use this? Because I want you to be able to see the colors on my lives. That's why I dip in them, because I want you to see it. The cans are all black, so you can't see the can.
Yeah.
But all you would have to do at this point is to put a coat of wax on it. Once it dried, like if we wait 24 hours and let the paint cure, depending on the humidity in the air, you would come back and you would add a wax coat, and then the next day you would buff that. So it's almost, if you picture like buffing your car, not buffing your car, waxing your car, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the water sets on it, so it's the exact same concept.
Okay.
And then finish.
Yeah. So we're just buffing that with a cloth.
You can use a cloth.
Nothing
We actually
special.
have some of our buffing brushes here at the store as well.
Okay.
Pixie has buffing brushes.
Okay. And it's not expensive either. If you're used to buying other chalk paints, any Sloan's, or, I mean, it's very comparable, and actually I feel like it's even a little bit less expensive than that. And it might be because you're not having to buy the big quart, but I prefer that because I like to get all the colors when I'm doing things, and that enables me to do so.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you some silly questions.
Oh, good. That should be
We
fun.
gotta stir it up in here. Okay, let me see the water bottle behind you.
Water bottle.
Go check. Let's work on the top.
Okay.
So my first question for you is, so what I'm gonna do, you guys, is I want this to stay wet and it dries really quickly. Because it's a clay-based, it's very porous, so the air is evaporating very quickly. So that's why I have a spray bottle handy, so I'm not dripping it. I don't want it dripping or anything like that. I just want to keep it to where the colors are easy to blend. Okay, Tabitha?
Yep.
So now we're gonna do Sandy Blonde right here in the middle,
Okay.
and then we're gonna make it fade.
Okay.
So basically, if this were an art piece and you've got a lamp hanging on the wall or some sort of lighting, and you think about highlighting, it's going to come down and you're basically just highlighting a surface, and it just gives it a little bit of layer and texture. Okay, that's what the idea is. It needs to be a little bit bigger, but I always refer a contour, a brow bone. And so when you're placing colors of paint on a piece of furniture, you need to think about that as well. Same for when you're distressing a piece. If you guys have distressed a piece of furniture and in the middle of the door there's like a big sanding piece, guys, you want to sand your pieces to make it look like it's organically done that and,
Yes.
and distressed on its own. So like edges around the bottom, etc., like that.
Those high points.
Yes, the high
Right.
points for sure.
So pretty. Look at that.
All right.
Okay, so
Spray it
just,
for you, and then your turn. I'll let you do the front area.
do you want me to use that brush?
Yeah, I'll let you use my brush.
Ah! Thank you. Okay, well, there's that. There's this.
So what'd you want to be when you grew up, Tabitha?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
What did I want to be?
She wanted to be an astronaut, no? No?
Huh. No.
No.
No passion to
No
go
passion for
outer
astronomy?
space. No. You know, I am probably living out my
Awesome.
I've done design work for a really long time, which would have been another passion of mine, is construction. So I've done construction for 19 years now, 18, going on 19,
Awesome.
and
Now you don't mean you're wearing the tool belt, do you?
you know, for a lot of years, yes, that does mean
Yes.
that. So yeah, I've done a lot of tile work. I could talk to you about trim cabinetry. I could talk to you about electrical work.
Tell me the best brand of thin set, can't you?
You know, I can tell you that yes, how to use thin set, how to use mastic. I've done it all.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did you have your monogram tool belt?
You know, Russell even got me one time a hard hat.
Oh my goodness.
Hard hat, steel toe boots, the tool belt, the whole bit.
I
You know
knew
what?
I liked you before, but I like you a lot better now. Really. I am very impressed. So
I don't. How do you feel this area right up front?
we need some more. We
Yeah.
need some more light. So you'll see that it's drying, and you may not be able to see this, but you'll see that it's drying. So this is called the freak out that is called a cracked voice. It's called the freak out factor when everybody panics and says, wait, it's drying a lot lighter. All that means is because it's not sealed. Once you put your wax on, your clear wax, the original color that was in the can will come right back and be true. So no reason to freak out, but it's a real thing. You're not alone.
Also, probably one of my favorite things. That was what kind of made me have the big switch. There are no mess ups.
You're an artist. Now, I mean, it makes you feel as if you're an artist. So let's put some right here on the top of that.
Well, I guess I could see to the side so you guys don't have to look at my hiney and you can see what I'm doing. Another thing we didn't mention on furniture pieces, if this is something that you are thinking about trying, painting with the grain of wood is.
Then let's keep the color that's in your hand, and all I want to do is re-wet this just a little bit,
Okay.
so that it activates this color, and where it will.
Blue.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Start from the bottom and then blend it up. And if we need to, see how we're using
Yeah.
the same brush, which I actually like.
Okay.
I think it encourages the blending and it makes your job a whole lot easier if
Okay.
you just use the same brush.
Okay.
That way there's no hard, significant distinction. There's no reason for that. We're actually working on the ombre, which is a gradual blend.
Yeah. Good deal.
If you want to on your next coat, you can come back in. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if you felt like it was too farm fresh or you got too much color involved, then on your second coat you could always add the lighter color.
Okay, so Tabitha being in interior design and then Dion painting and selling furniture, can you kind of like explain like trending with color? Like blue seems to be like really big right now. Like can you talk about like what's kind of trending in colored furniture? So we just have some questions about like blue.
One lady said blue is not a good seller where she lives. What's a good color that she could use that's not blue?
Really?
It surprises me
That
blue is
surprises
not
me
used,
too.
because in my opinion a blue ends up being a neutral because it works well with so many different grays and so many different beiges. Blue, if you think of something that's timeless, you think of China. In my mind, I think of like a China blue, and one of the most classic colors is going to be blue, like white dishes. It's one of the original colors that they would use on dishes. So there's a reason why it looks really good in a home setting, because it goes with white, it goes with gray, it goes with beige. There are different shades of blue, but if this particular person doesn't sell blue very well, is it more an area that's gray and white? Is that?
Yeah, that's a hard one for me too, because even in new construction, and we watch trends very, very much, blue does turn into a neutral for me as well. Right now, we are doing a lot of navy blue islands,
Yeah.
navy lowers, and kitchens with white uppers.
And so as your hardware has switched back to the brighter, warmer tones like gold,
Yeah,
blue is a complementary color.
Right.
And so when you have, blue just works so well with
Yeah,
the new
it
modern,
does.
modern style of the gold hardware.
maybe where you're selling, maybe if they have maybe brighter, more funky, if you're doing lots of maybe greens and pinks, and that's the only thing I could think of why it wouldn't be selling well in her area.
Yeah.
My next favorite color would probably be to do greens. I love
Yeah.
emerald green right now. Is
Yes.
something that we're using a lot, and I see a lot in the home industry or even the furnishing industry. Is
Yes.
emerald green velvet is all over the place.
And DIY is coming out with an emerald green in the next few weeks.
Ooh.
And a cobalt blue.
You see them at the store on Facebook, but like I think it's easier to incorporate than
I think you're
people
right,
are-
Erin. I think you have to consider it as an outfit.
Mhm.
You
Yes.
guys, I think if you think about your furniture and your accessories like an outfit, what would you put together? And so if you don't know what colors are going to look good, go get yourself dressed, or even go look at patterns in your closet. Go look at the makeup aisle at Revlon. They're getting paid millions of dollars to find out what colors coordinate and what colors are in style.
Yeah.
So if you let Maybelline decide that for you, so don't just think you have to look around at other homes. Look at makeups, look at fabrics.
Oh, fabrics is a great one. Yes.
Look at fabrics, and then look at plants outside even. I mean, if you're thinking about when you go and you drive through an area that has the most beautiful landscaping, you guys, these people, you know, this is what they study, the horticulture of colors, and they design landscapes. So if they have certain colors paired right beside each other, there is an actual reason that they planted those together. It is to draw your eye and to attract. You should, because it goes with everything.
Yeah, it
I mean,
does.
all the blush pinks that are so big right now,
Mhm.
that looks fabulous with it.
Yeah.
And it looks fine with certain shades of gray. You put emerald with charcoal with pop of white, and it's stunning. It
Right.
looks so rich, right?
Agree. Yep, completely agree. On pops of color, I really feel like this is a statement piece in your home. So I would never be afraid to go with something big and bold and just really make that area that piece of furniture and let it really own that space. Something like this could really just make an entire wall look like a designer piece. The whole wall can go around just this. And I really love to pull, so if this is the piece that I'm working with, I'm gonna pull this in this would be my third piece, so 2 other spots in my staging or on my artwork or wherever around this, so that you're not feeling like this is just sticking out there like a sore thumb and it's the only thing you've got. You can very easily make this make sense by bringing in 2 other pieces of the same color. And it doesn't have to be a lot of that same color, just a little touch.
So I have a question for you then, Tabitha. So for the person listening that still says, yeah, but it doesn't look good in my house, or why would I want to? What is their why? Like, why would they even want to add any color? Like, from your experience, from helping so many different customers, why would they want to add color to their house?
A lot of my customers, and everybody has their own personal taste and style, which is great, and I think that
Thank goodness.
all liked the same things. Emotions is where I was going to go with
because
this.
there's
My
emotion
why.
with it. There's a
There
fear
is.
and there's emotion.
I have clients that wake up and they have all the energy of the world and they want to go, 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 and they want to feel energetic throughout the day, and they want to get those vibes from their house. Put in something bright and vibrant and maybe a red with a pink and all of those colors, because those colors are going to make you feel a certain way. I also have clients that are in the complete opposite spectrum, wine all day long. So obviously something cool, calm, and collective like the blues and grays will work really well for them. But they can still do it in a way that is still bright and vibrant. This piece right here, is bright and vibrant, but it still can bring calming aspects to it. So they're still going to really be able to appreciate it. It's still going to go really well in the environment that they're trying to create. There you go.
But my family will think I'm weird if I go by. I'm role playing here, by the way. My family will think, not my family. My family will think I'm weird if they walk in and there's this bright green piece of furniture sitting here, Tabitha. How do I convince them, or how do I, incorporate that into my house? And again, why would I?
Because it's your own house. So
You
what
mean you want
other
my
people
home to
think?
reflect me?
Yes, your space should reflect you. So you don't need to decorate or style according to anyone else's thoughts or opinions, because they are not living there in that space.
But I worry about judgment, Tabitha.
Oh, sister. Well, you shouldn't. So we all battle that, and we all have judgment
Don't
and
we?
all of
Yes,
those
we
things.
do.
But that is not anything that you should ever worry about. Create your space for yourself.
Well, and you just have to give yourself a little bit of time to educate yourself, guys.
Yes.
So yes, you love color, but you don't know how to put it in your home. You love to wear it. You love to put it on your feet or on your ears, but you're just not really sure, guys. Just give yourself a little bit of time to educate yourself on color theory and what complements each other. So there's always varying shades. So let's just say you love that emerald green. Let's start with a lighter green in that same shade, or let's start with that bright emerald green pillow.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's a great.
Design. It's
Yep.
okay. You've never done it. Your mama didn't do it. Your daddy didn't do it. You don't know. Your sister, she likes, all white. So give yourself a little bit of grace.
Yep.
Just experiment a little bit. I mean, not everybody wants orange tassels on their head, but I do.
Like take this over, but it becomes much more vibrant once you put the clear coat of wax on.
Oh yeah.
So right now, I don't know how well you're able to kind of see the blending and the colors and all of that, but it does really, really bring out the coloring once you put that clear wax on there.
Yeah, and most people that do furniture will understand that the wax actually pulls your color back out. But if you haven't tried wax before, guys, it is so worth it. It's such a rich, creamy texture that shows a real quality in your furniture, and it's worth it, I promise. It's really a beautiful look. I use a shiny top coat only when on a piece that I know is going to get really high traffic, say good waxed finish.
To say it. Once we, so you guys are not on here, obviously you're not going to see us be able to put a clear coat or anything on. And once we do get that put on, we will post a picture so that you get to see what the finished product is, and you get to see what we're talking about with the vibrant color that the clear coat will bring out. So you will get to see the finished product, and no, we're not going to sit on here for the next 36 hours finishing this piece.
No.
So.
No, you're going to have to wax it tomorrow, sis.
Yeah, we'll have to wax this tomorrow. Okay, shoot, what was your next?
Well, now that
deep
you interrupted me,
thought.
I don't remember my question.
Oh, I do have a question.
Okay,
Yes.
go for it, Maren.
Okay, someone on Instagram, Gina, is asking, I've seen several different brushes in the store. How do I decide which one to use?
Ooh, good question.
So the very first, it holds a lot of paint, it keeps it towards the surface, and so you don't actually need a lot of paint on your brush. These brushes are a combination of synthetic and natural. They last a very, very long time. This particular brush that I have is 8 months old, because I remember when I got it, I have one thing sticking out here, and it's labeled because of boot camp with my initials, which was last September. So after, and I use a lot of brushes, a lot.
Gina.
Gina, you're gonna wanna start with the number 12. It's the round, it's the large oval. The other one that I would recommend that you get would be the French tip. It has a point, and it works really well when you're doing custom furniture, because all of those little nooks and crannies and pieces that you have to work around that this one doesn't always get to. Like I said, this one is 8 months old, and this one is not as old, but it's still really, really good.
And so she's just kind of working it around to
It just reactivates the paint.
reactivate that paint, she says.
Yep.
So how long are you able to spray water to work with that? Like, is there until you seal it with a wax
Yep.
or a top?
Yes. Yep. Until it's sealed, you can put enough water on it, it will be reactivated. Guys, I can promise you that, well, thanks for hanging with us, guys, and thanks for letting me paint today on Warehouse Wednesday. It just flew. It just flew out.
That's cute. Is that what it was? Warehouse
said-
Wednesday?
They said 1 o'clock Wednesday at the warehouse.
Oh, Warehouse Wednesday is so cute.
Thank you. It's the Jassels that did
That's
it.
why I bring her. That's why I brought her along,
Dang
folks. She's mastermind.
Thanks for letting me come, though. For those of you that though that are unsure about the lack of priming and such, I need you to understand that for me to put my entire reputation on a brand of paint, it's big, and it's like it's important to me to find a brand that I can represent that is hard and durable, and it's a good solid. Gives you a little bit of insight to it's the only paint that I use on furniture, and that is my business.
Yeah.
I'm a furniture artist, as well as a few other things, but that's why I've chosen the paint, is because it's like, if you don't have clay where you lived, you know what it's like having clay in your dirt,
Oh,
right? And you're trying to build houses and dig ditches. It's
bleh.
hard,
Yeah,
it's hard.
It's terrible.
right? It's like, you might as well just be rock. So when you have a product that is clay based, you're gonna also get that intensity and that
Have projects coming up and you are really interested in having your own painted furniture piece, come on into the store. The girls would love to talk with you about it, clear up any questions that you might have. And yeah, this was super fun. Make sure you throw your comments up, like and share and comment and all the great things. And
You
all
guys have a
right.
good day.